Second half then from the MCG, and the margin, as you can see, 18 points. Can the Demons keep up the momentum from late in that second quarter? Looks like they can. Maloney tried to surge through, stolen by Hazelby. Well played. And out onto the wing goes the kick. McDonald leads in the race and just paddles it back from Miller. And now Wheatley, and the Demons will set up across half back. They've got a real task here, Fremantle, in trying to control Jeff White's influence on this game without Longmuir. Holland is presenting. That's the other big problem for them. Ben Holland charging out, takes the mark.
We presented nice and hard up the middle of the ground, that more importantly, and good kick here by Jeff White. Get it in nice and deep. Holland on the lead.
Well, they've chosen to play McFarlane forward, and as a result, they are down 1-12 defender. And that's why Johnson and the like have had their hands full with Big Ben Holland. And he's got his kicking boots on finally. That's his third. Melbourne get the opening goal of the second half. And this is just a massive concern for Fremantle at the moment. Jeff White's influence on the game.
It certainly is, and just wondered whether a couple of Fremantle players may have been able to push back there hard up against Holland. But Ben Holland, his return to football this afternoon has been a good one. A couple of missed opportunities in the second term, but he's kicked 3, and there's a real target up forward for the Demons. So Michael Johnson forced to do the ruck work with Longmuir off the ground. White decisively into the path of McDonald, who slipped over, gives the Dockers a chance. Headland, good little handball to Hazelby. Now Black onto his left side, delivers towards Pavlich. Oh, Miller interfered with him, no free kick. Pavlich kicks towards McFarlane, who marks courageously. Great mark by McFarlane. He's kicked 5. And an opportunity here from, well, just 25 metres, as good as directly in front. Great courage shown there, Steve.
Fantastic, and it was a low ball as well. He knew someone was coming. Terrific play by Pavlich as well to just get his man out of the contest, to virtually just trap the ball and centre the ball to McFarlane.
He's taken 5 marks inside attacking, 50 from 25 metres. Oh, dear. Just sense he rushed it a little bit. Yeah, that's a bad miss. Fremantle need some early goals to try and consolidate their position. They led it by as much as 32 points midway through the second term. The margin now is 19.
Now there's a whistle here. I think it's a free kick to Matthew Pavlich at centre half forward.
A Melbourne trainer was somehow interfering with play, Hutto. I'm not sure how the umpire saw that, but that's clearly what he indicated.
Well, Pavlich passes it to Black, who's a millimetre or 2 closer to goal, but on a worse angle. Here's a penetrating kick. Will he have a crack at them? Well, he does. Oh, well kicked. Great strike from Black. And they strike back. Neil Demo won't be happy with that.
No, he certainly won't. They needed to come out and maintain that momentum that they built up in the second part of the second quarter, the Demons. But the Fremantle side off to a flying start in this third term. What a great long goal that was from Heath Black.
Can the trainer be dragged?
Well, I'm just questioning
yes, he's on the bench.
I'm just questioning whether the ball should have been relayed to Pavlich.
She knows she's made a mistake. That cap went down. Perhaps she realised the camera was fair and square on her. So White gets it out, down to McDonald, kicks it long towards full forward. Neats this time, low down. So Holland and Neats just waxing down on that Melbourne forward line. And Ben Holland now an opportunity. The margin is 19 points in favour of the Dockers.
And what we say it time and time again, the quick kick out of the middle doesn't have to be perfect. Get it in quick. Give your forward a 50-50 contest. He's happy with that, particularly David Neats.
Neats kicked 3 goals in the first quarter. Now kicks his 4th. Just. So the margin once again back to 13 points after Holland kicked the opening goal of the third quarter.
And we just saw the Jeff White hit out there straight to McDonald. He's dominating out of the middle, dominating around the ground with his hit outs. That was a superb hit out to McDonald. McDonald quickly, he puts it on the boot. Neitz does the rest.
Is there any option for Chris Connolly as someone who can just put some physical presence on Jeff White in the ruck? He must be contemplating. They've won the last 11 hit-outs, Melbourne, basically since Justin Longmuir went off the ground. Let's see whether Johnson, it's just absolutely no competition. I just wonder if it's worth not even going up for it as Maloney gets it long and strong. Holland wrestling down there with Mundy, who almost takes the mark. Well done from Mundy.
Did well, didn't he?
Well, the other problem, of course, is that with Webster, who filled the key back spot in defence, now Mundy's got a huge task to try and combat Holland. So they're really undermanned in terms of height, the Dockers.
Is there anyone else, Sauce, who could go in the ruck?
I'm not too sure the centre square bounce, but you just sense that maybe around the ground Pavlich might have to be sacrificed and do a run with, maybe becoming attacking ruckman, at least drawing Jeff White with him.
Shammer kicks onto the wing. Bell couldn't take the overhead mark. Neitz well up the ground from full forward. Green just tacking. Look at Maloney treading water and getting it along to Uze this time. Parker out of position. Did he? Yeah, he did give away the free. And listen to the roar of the Melbourne fans. They like that decision. There's a few others they haven't liked so much today, but they enjoyed that.
Well, you just sense now Fremantle are under pressure. Let's see what they've got. Their senior plays, they're here on the MCG. They're up against a good team in Melbourne. They need to stand up.
Been a goal kicker this year, Adam Uze. 13 for the year. Cuts the margin back to 6. And that's his second goal of the afternoon. Jim Maloney again involved. So it's 15 possessions for Brendan Maloney.
And just have a look at the kick. Top of the square. That's the beauty of Maloney. He just puts it in a position that puts defenders under pressure. I can't believe the back of the square. Fremantle have not got a sweeper at the back of this square. Jeff White will just hit it forward.
Chance now for the Dockers after White won the toss, won the hit out, and there's a free kick to Melbourne. Things running their way as Black was pinned by the arm. So Rigoni now kicks towards Robertson. Well done by Grover. Neitz comes to lend a hand. Well tackled by Grover. Brought down. Umpire letting it go, but eventually, just as it came out, called for it. So a bounce 40 metres from Melbourne's goal. Dockers by 6 points. They led by 32 points midway through the second term. Chance for Holland. Handball back to White. He concedes further ground back to Johnston, who bangs it long to the goal square. Parker and Neitz. In there was Johnson with a fist. Well done. Now a chance for Walker. He's got a loose player at half back, and it's Josh Carr. Marks still just inside defensive 50. Big challenge, big ask now for the Fremantle Dockers. Can they respond? Walker, who kept running. Kick along the southern wing. Miller in good position, but Headland read it best. And Marks strongly. Need a goal, the Dockers. Kick towards half forward. Fist coming from Rivers on McFarlane. Pavlich trying to work him off the football. McFarlane, now he's giving away a free kick, I think. Which way will it go? Yeah, it's going Melbourne's way. And it'll come back to Jared Rivers.
So Rivers from half back with Melbourne coming hard here at the MCG. They trail by 6. He can go short to Bell. Bell of Melbourne. He's got McLean leading through the middle. This is a bit dangerous if it doesn't find its target. And it doesn't exactly. He's got time on his side though, McLean. The lead is good and strong from Uze. Thornton gets the fist. Uze gonna get a free for holding on. Advantage paid. Davey takes it. And really there wasn't a lot of advantage there as it turned out. Holland and young Johnson. And the ball over the line and out of bounds. So Johnson eventually, when things settle, is going back into defence on Ben Holland. Just trying to pick up who he's running around the ground with Jeff Whitesauce.
We just sent, I think it might be Pavlich going. I just can't spot him at the moment. Maybe it's Pavlich that's being pushed up the ground.
Or Matthew Carr even.
Longmuir might actually be back on the ground. We'll just check that in a moment as Hazelby takes it to the line and he takes it over. Was it deliberate? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, they're rolling the dice, Hutto. They're sending back down to the goal square. He limped on. He's not a right. He's somewhere between 50 and 75%, but they obviously think they need him now.
And you just see Clint Bizzle there. He's got to run him down the ground. I'd be on the move if I was Clint Bizzle.
All right, let's have a look at this ruck contest again. It's in dangerous territory for Freo. Quick hands, good from Grover to Walker, and now Bell dangerously off the left. Finds Black. Bell's going to overlap here, but there's not much else for him. Has to go for the boundary line. It was a pretty good kick as it turned out. Gives Headland a chance. Fremantle need their experienced players to stand up here. You talked about it, Sauce. They really do. They need their leadership.
I tell you what, Headland's one of them too. He's a big name player. It's time for him to produce.
Fremantle under siege from Melbourne, and they need their stars to shine in this gloom at the MCG. 6 points the difference. There goes Parker. Carr versus McDonald's. A half handball. Hazelby's been terrific. Off to Mundy. Skips through the middle of the G. Capel presenting it centre half forward. Farmer pushing, shoving, playing for it. Over the top of Brown. And the umpire, despite the pleas from both Farmer Brown, the umpire will call for a bounce. Jeff Farmer, 4 goals today. Hasn't been able to do much since half-time. Longmuir does well enough to get a fist to a ball, but straight to Maloney, who escapes and sends the Demons on their way into the path of Brad Green, who comes in for his 12th possession, steers it down to the leading Holland, leaves it for Robertson. In the meantime, Grover's got a hand in. Now, Holland took a long time to release the handball. Just in the nick, he got it away. Robertson floats it, numbers still with the Demons. Brown, a bit slippery for him in the end. Mundy on all fours. Did well to get it to Matthew Carr, but it's a free kick and it's coming back to Mundy, who takes it quickly, and he's got a lead on the wing, and it's Medhurst.
Medhurst on the northern wing. Well, chips it very high. Sets Pavlich a real task, but he's up to it. What a mark that was.
He's having a good game, Pavlich.
And Miller retarding him. Now, what's the umpire going to do? Nothing in it. He kicks towards McFarlane, and Rivers did very well. Didn't interfere. A chance for Brown at the back to mop up. Plenty of time. Nathan Brown just delivers. Bell. Great competition there from Peter Bell, the captain of the Dockers. Webster a chance at ground level. Maloney went without it. Pavlich somehow emerged. Chips it forward, but the only player there is Bizzle.
Free kick.
20 metres from his own defensive goal. It's coming back, and the umpire there, you can see, just indicating that he was taken low by Miller. So Matthew Pavlich, 60 from goal, has been fantastic. Coming in for possession, number 17. He kicks into the pocket, and getting out on the lead is Luke McFarlane. Didn't see what happened in the wake because he was 15 metres clear of his opponent, Jared Rivers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Rivers got a block.
Big assist by Justin Longmuir in the square, Sauce.
Well, that's great, isn't it? Longmuir doesn't. He knows he can't run, but he can be a pest down in that goal square. Put a few blocks on, release McFarlane on the lead.
Well, they need this, the Dockers. Melbourne have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals. He's kicked 5. From 35 metres, oh, geez, kicking into the forward pocket. Chance for Josh Carr, dribbles at goalward, but it's offline. So disappointing attempt that from Luke McFarlane. A couple of his early goals, Steve, I noticed, just scraped through, and his kicking attempts on his last 2 have been very poor.
Yeah, he's starting to get a lot of his kicks out wide too, deep in the pockets.
Quick release. And the Demons away through half-back. Hurried kick in the end by Johnston. Didn't have much to go to. Tried to get Armstrong, who fights on pretty gamely, under a lot of pressure from Heath Black. Well played by Black there. Great aggression shown. Fremantle, they've just steadied the ship for a moment, haven't they? The strong Melbourne push has been steadied, but on the scoreboard, they haven't been able to do anything of consequence. And Jeff White's going to continue to do that. Bell with a releasing handball. Thornton with a bit of pace up. Pumps it in long. Farmer stays down. And Daniel Bell takes the mark and then takes him on. and gets it to Rivers. So they're released across half-back, and Rivers puts his head down, he's bottom up, and he's away.
He has 3 bounces. Thought about a 4th, then drives it long towards half-forward. Green on the lead, pitches just in front of him, but he controls the half volley extremely well. Concedes ground. Johnston off a step, kicks towards the vacant goal square. Going back, needs to be clean here, Grover, and he did it brilliantly. Off to Carr, who delivers with poise to Heath Black. Still inside defensive 50, but he gets on with it quickly and finds McFarlane, who's up a long way from full forward. He's got it on the wing. Kicks towards half forward again. Pavlich right on the line, marks. Matthew Pavlich, little chip kick. Headland needs to be good here, needs to keep his feet. Play on's the call, he's over it. In fact, it's a free kick to Headland. So just outside attacking 50. And there's 50 metres, is it?
No, I think
gee.
Fremantle player went through the mark.
Well, it was unlucky because he found Farmer on the lead, and now it gives Melbourne a real chance to get numbers back. Jeff White. And there's Medhurst running across the mark, trying to drag his Melbourne opponent through and perhaps milk 50-metre penalty. But Des Headland from outside 50. Chips it short, dropping into space, Peter Bell. Well, they did it pretty well. He was patient, Steve Headland, and waited for the opportunity to come, and Peter Bell now must kick this goal for the Dockers.
Yes, there was nothing much else on. Melbourne got plenty of numbers deep. Was able to get a short one to Peter Bell.
Kicked a couple of goals last week for the Dockers in their win against the Blues from 45 metres. Comes in, kicks and squeezes it home. The Dockers by 13 points. So Peter Bell, a captain's goal, and the Dockers now the goal they desperately needed.
Yeah, no doubt, and they've worked hard the last 5 or 6 minutes. They've started to get control of the football once again. Good play by Des Headland. He knew there wasn't much on deep. Melbourne have got numbers back. Peter Bell did the work to find the little short pass. Great goal.
So Chris Connolly has sent Longmuir into the ruck. The margin is back to 13. He just crashes in, gives away the free. He obviously just can't jump. Just trying to put some sort of physical pressure on White. Neitz makes a strong lead. Carr has to stand up, and he does. Oh, good stuff from Matthew Carr. Neitz trying to rip the ball away. But the man in front has always and will always be paid a 50-50 like that. The former Saint. The hoots ring out around the MCG. Kicks to a 2-on-1. Pavlich.
Is he playing a game, Pavlich?
18 marks last week, 9 so far this afternoon. Nothing really doing for him at the moment, so it goes across to Walker, back to Pavlich. There's one way of building up your mark tally. Now decides to move it quickly, down to Bell. Wasn't well placed for him. Out on the full, just over the line, and Jeff White to take it. As Godfrey lets Pavlich know all about the kick. Robertson's presenting up along half forward, but just too far down the track for White, so decides to go short and across to Wheatley. Nothing really doing other than back to Jeff White. No, he goes into Brown. Just with one extra number, and they use that to get a loose man going through the middle. Godfrey. He's got Green leading. He's going to go down to Holland. Well, he's got 2 to beat. Cart should be able to come in and spoil. He couldn't. Couldn't stop Russell Robertson.
Great mark, wasn't it? He went back hard, and it might have been Carr that might have almost got the fist of the ball at the back there.
Yep.
Did very well to hold on to that.
Yeah, he did get the fist onto it, but just not enough to stop Russell Robertson from dragging it down. He's kicked 1 goal, 1. He's taken just the 2 marks today. To cut it back to 7 points. It's a lovely kick from Russell Robertson. 2 goals to the milestone man. And the Demons back to a 7-point deficit.
And it was good play by Melbourne because at half-back they had the opportunity to either go out wide to Jeff White or bring it back through the corridor to Nathan Brown. And the decision was made to bring it back into the centre of the ground, and they were able to link it up through the corridor, kick it long to Robertson, who didn't let his midfield down. And in game 150, Russell Robertson's done a great job.
He's kicked 30 goals at least for the last 5 years, and he's well on his way again this year with 15 already.
So back in the centre, Longmuir again to try and compete with Jeff White. He beats him comprehensively, does White. Matt Carr, handball, a little wide of Grover. He had to stretch for it, allowed Davey in. Scrambles a kick forward. Neats waited back, can run in and kick a goal. He has. David Neats has kicked goal number 5. And the margin all of a sudden down to just a point. It's been a wonderful comeback by Melbourne, who trailed by 32 points midway through the second term, and we're deep now, 21 minutes into the third term, and they're just 1 point adrift.
Well, the pressure out of the middle, it was the Demons' harassment. It was a turnover of the handball. Davey, quick kick forward once again. They get an awkward bounce, ball bounce over Parker's head. Needs kicks the goal. Pretty simple.
Well, they've been in front for a great majority of the match. But the important thing, of course, is the score at the end. And right now they're clinging on by just one. And they've got to do something about the middle of the ground, Freo. They're just getting smashed by Jeff White out of there. This time they get a chance to go forward. Farmer delayed the kick. He was looking for someone to present, but guess who gets in the road? Oh, Jeff White, he's just dominant.
And they're running.
And they are running. Green with his left foot, floats it onto the wing. James McDonald back on the ground, just got the kick away. Holland or Robertson!
Ben Holland is coming off the ground, but the last 2 marks that Robinson has taken, Holland has been instrumental. He's had body in both contests. Just watch him here. He's forced one player down, he forced another one to go around. Robinson was able to take the mark.
And he converts, and the Demons are back in front of the MCG. Well, it just shows a dominant ruckman can be so important, not just with the kicks and handballs and even the hit-outs, just spiritually even. The spirits of the Demon side just lifted ever since Longmuir has been off, and White has been totally dominant. What can they do in the middle, Freo? They only brought one real, genuine ruckman into the game, and that was Justin Longmuir. And Russell Robertson reaping the rewards there with his 3rd goal of the afternoon.
They're dominating the hit-outs, Melbourne. 18-6 for the match, 7-0 in this 3rd term as Justin Longmuir tries again. Will come
kick.
forward. Which way will it go? Melbourne again. Everything running the Demons' way. They lead by 5 points.
If you have a look at the hits, though, every White hit-out has virtually gone forward. They've just got to cover that hit forward.
McDonald to Robertson. Well, Russell Robertson's come alive in the last 5 minutes. And a chance for his 3rd goal in 4 minutes. In 50 metres. I think against Anthony Grover, I'm not sure completely what it was for. No, it may have been Justin Longmuir. And that's a giveaway as Pavlich engages Jared Rivers. And here it is here. White and Longmuir. Oh, gee, 50 for that. Kidding me, aren't you? Robertson kicks a goal. And Melbourne now are all over Fremantle. And this is a real test for the Dockers to see whether they can steel themselves and get back into this contest, because Melbourne, since the middle part of the quarter, and Peter Bell just giving the umpire an absolute mouthful. And I'll tell you what, they were both in that White and Longmuir. What did you think, Steve?
Oh, well, you just can't pull a free kick, can you? I mean, both players were wrestling.
There didn't look to be any head-high stuff there.
No. That's some bad news, isn't it, for Freo? Look at that Luke McFarlane off the ground, Andy.
Let's have a look with Jeff White hits this one.
We'll get back to Andy in a moment. There's Longmuir, gets the tap down. to Carr, and they're into attack. Is that a mark? It is the man in front. Go now, Andy.
Yeah, it's not just a little leg rub, but regular maintenance either. He came off and pointed to the outside of his left calf, and they started working on it straight away. So he's had an issue with his soft muscle injuries over the journey. Luke McFarlane. This looks like it might be another one.
Gee, that's heartbreaking for Fremantle. They are completely under siege at the moment and under enormous pressure. Thornton gets it along the line. Robertson went down. See him getting to his feet very gingerly there. As Headland takes it and goes across to Walker. It's a long road back from here now for Fremantle. They have been smashed in this quarter. Bell provides a target along the wing. Will look to loop up and try and create some run. They need to do that. Thornton goes searching for Medhurst, who did well. Led Bell underneath the ball now. He needs to score a goal here. Strides away and poked it with a centering pass. Just what Justin Longmuir didn't need with a little hospital kick. And Rivers felt it.
Oh, he did well to hold on to that Longmuir.
Oh, he was going for the thigh.
Because they both went for it though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Well, he just has to kick a goal here. And he does. Gives them hope. Back to 5 points.
Oh, good play from Medhurst here. Really taking the initiative, and the kick, as we said, a little dubious to Longmuir, but he was strong enough and courageous enough to stand there and take the chest mark. So much needed goal. The Dockers breaking a run of Melbourne goals, which extended to 4. So Longmuir, after that goal, back in the centre to compete with Jeff White. White, well, in fact, it was a bit of a line ball as Carr kicks it forward to half forward at the back. Oh, big mark taken by Hazelby. Out wide to Black. Now Pavlich is running into the pocket. Can he get there? No, he can't. Miller falls over. So does Pavlich. He turns on the tackle. Headland, little fumble. He goes back and gets it. Well done, Headland. Handball back into the path of Pavlich. He can kick a goal.
How good was that?
Does. Great stuff, Fremantle. They've responded and they're back in front, if you can believe that. The Dockers by a point, and Matthew Pavlich has been outstanding. 10 marks, 22 possessions, and his first goal of the afternoon. Great mark from Paul Hazelby.
Have a look at this by Matthew Pavlich. Back onto the ball, was able to release the ball, and Headland was good over it as well. He needs to step up. Matthew Pavlich is a star.
Just the tonic for Fremantle, that goal. Pavlich, we talked about leaders. None better for them this afternoon. 22 disposals, 10 marks. Now, what's going to happen at this centre bounce? Can Longmuir be competitive? Not really. It's up to the small men for Freo to try and break even at ground level. Motlop sends it into attack. Godfrey in there with Carr. Free kick goes to Carson.
He was good there. He was good there, Carr, underneath the ball.
14 possessions for Josh Carr. He's got his brother sneaking up from half-back to provide an option. Some good hard running on the wing. Eventually honoured with the pass. And that's Walker to take the mark. Hasn't been their worst today. His 11th possession. Down to Dylan Smith, who goes very short again. So they inch forward to Shammer. Now, is there a long option? It's a funny-looking kick to centre half forward. Hazelby was the target. Davies been quiet for a while. He sold that one. Sold it beautifully. Put it out in front of McDonald. A little disorientated for the moment. Goes to Robertson, who's been the man in this quarter to go to. Somehow Davies down there already. He might yet get this back. Centering kick. Wasn't great vision. And Parker, who's had a dirty old day, able to get it to Walker. And now with the help of Dylan Smith, Freo should be able to run it out of defence.
Black at half-back in space. So one bounce. Drives it long towards half forward. Pavlich going back. He's got it again. He plays on as he's done all afternoon. Kicks it into the pocket. Headland, good hands.
Neil Danaher would have to be thinking now, almost time to make the move. Matthew Pavlich is dominating. Miller playing on him.
So Headland now being brought right around on the angle. Finds himself almost in the construction zone. That's a look at what confronts him. Decides to kick back and over the head of Black. Play on's the call. Pavlich from 55. Can he spot a target? He can. Mark taken by Webster.
You've got to settle him down.
As the time ticks down to three-quarter time, and mark taken. Inside attacking 50 by Anthony Grover. And the siren will go now as Grover contemplates this shot at goal to extend the Fremantle lead. And what a comeback by Melbourne in that term to hit the front by 11 points. But equally, you have to have great admiration for Fremantle because Melbourne, everything was running for them. They were playing great football, and they've kicked the last 2 goals as Grover comes in from inside 50, and he's kicked it. What a performance by Fremantle to kick the last 3 goals of the quarter, and they go into the three-quarter time break leading by 7 points. What an amazing quarter, Steve.
Oh, it was, and they put themselves back in the ball game. Freo kicking the last 3 goals. Melbourne, terrific quarter. They're in the hunt as well. All stands to be a fantastic last quarter of footy.
Oh, it certainly does that. We are looking forward to it. Chris Connolly versus Neil Danaher. The Demons and the Dockers. Stand by.